Every single thing around you right now, your phone, your shirt, your coffee, crossed the ocean inside the same steel box. One stubborn truck driver invented it. In 1937, a young trucker named Malcolm McLean sat at a New Jersey dock, watching men load cotton bales by hand, one bale at a time. The waiting took days, and McLean did the math. Cargo was not expensive to move across the ocean, it was expensive to lift on and off ships. Loading a ship the old way cost $5.83 per ton. McLean calculated his way would cost less than 16 cents. Nobody believed him. So in 1955 he did something insane. He sold his entire trucking company and bet every dollar on one rusty World War II oil tanker. He welded a steel deck on top, renamed the ship Ideal X, and stacked 58 metal boxes aboard. The entire shipping industry laughed at him. April 26, 1956, at Port Newark, a crane began lifting aluminum boxes onto the converted tanker while rivals and reporters watched, waiting for failure. 58 containers went aboard in under 8 hours. The same cargo, loaded the old way, piece by piece, would have kept dock workers busy for days. One longshoreman watched the crane swing and muttered a curse. They ought to sink that thing. Now they're set it in got indens. Maar exactly das wat men en herkastment. 5 days later, the Ideal X reached Houston, where 58 trucks were already waiting. Cargo rolled from ship to highway without one hand touching it. Before the ship was even fully unloaded, customers were calling to book the return trip. The old shipping world had just become obsolete, and nobody noticed. The math was no longer theory. $5.83 per ton had just become 16 cents, a 97% cost collapse, proven in one voyage. But a cheaper box was not enough. For the box to conquer the world, every crane, every truck, every port would have to speak the same language. That meant standardization. One size, one corner fitting, one locking system. And the fight over those few inches of steel would take more than a decade. The unions fought first. Containers meant fewer hands per ton, and entire dock worker communities, fathers, sons, whole neighborhoods saw their way of life threatened. Ports fought next. New York's finger piers, built for men carrying sacks, could not handle container cranes. The harbor that ruled American trade began dying. Across the bay, New Jersey built flat open terminals designed entirely around the box. Cargo abandoned Manhattan within a decade, and the waterfront fell silent. The same story repeated worldwide. London's docks emptied, Liverpool declined, while unknown places with deep water, Rotterdam, Oakland, Singapore, exploded into global giants. Then came war. In 1967, the American military, drowning in supply chaos in Vietnam, hired McLean's containers to run the ocean supply line. It worked so well, the military became containerization's biggest customer, and the returning shipsomer. The returning ships, empty and already paid for, began stopping in Japan for cargo. That backhaul accident plugged Japanese factories, then Korean, then Chinese, straight into American living rooms. Asia's entire export miracle rode home inside McLean's boxes. By 1970, the standard was settled. 20 and 40-foot port boxes, identical corner castings, stackable anywhere on Earth. The box had won its war. Today, roughly 90% of everything the world trades travels by sea. And almost all of it moves inside containers, stacked like mute steel bricks. Shipping became so cheap, it nearly vanished from the price of goods. Moving a sweater across the entire Pacific Ocean now costs only a few cents. That is why your phone is designed in one country, built in another, and sold everywhere. Distance stopped mattering once lifting things stopped costing money. Economists estimate containerization cut the final price of everyday goods by 5 to 10% worldwide, quietly saving consumers hundreds of billions every single year. McLean's gamble made him a fortune, but the world barely learned his name. He changed your daily life more than most presidents, and you never noticed. And that is the pattern of this whole series. The biggest revolutions never look like revolutions. They look like a wooden pallet or a steel box. Next time you pass a container on the highway, look again. You are watching the machine that built the modern world, hiding in plain sight. So here is the question. What ordinary object should we investigate next? Our next suspect is hiding in your grocery bag. A scannable little mystery.